many people who were able to get good rank in JEE like couldn't crack because of unplanned strategies. Like sometimes you feel that I like maths, and if you start with maths, and if the maths paper is too tough, you are gonna waste a lot of time in math, and like ultimately it is gonna affect your score. Wake up early on the exam day, have a bath, have a light breakfast. Don't skip your meal, because JEE exam is not a simple thing. Like it requires your lot of mental strength, so obviously you're gonna get exhausted.
Hello everyone. Welcome to Arjuna Group's new show, Success Tips from Topper's Lips, in which we interview a student who has been a topper in examinations like IIT JEE, NEET, AIMS, or for that matter, post-graduation like GATE, etc. So whatever be the competitive examination, the toppers in those fields are called for their success tips. I'm Abhishek from Bangalore, working as a senior chip design engineer, and I am volunteering for the Arjuna Group in the mission of spreading the culture of excellence and ethics with the spirit of selfless service. Today, we have with us Mr. Ravi Sri Teja from Tadepalligudem, Andhra Pradesh, who is currently studying his third year of BTech in Computer Science and Engineering from prestigious IIT Delhi. He has got an All India rank of 65 in the year 2019. I welcome Mr. Ravi Teja for this show. Thank
Hello,
you so much, Ravi,
hello
for this.
everyone.
Hey, hi.
Thank you, sir.
So, very happy to have you with us today. And first of all, hearty congratulations for your success in IIT JEE, and entering into a prestigious institution like IIT Delhi is no small achievement.
Thank you, sir. Like,
Congratulations to you.
thank you for your wishes.
uh, so, Ravi Teja, so how did you feel when you got the rank of 65? How did you feel that time? Tell me in one
Like I was,
sentence.
like I was very ecstatic. Like although I was confident that I would be getting a good rank and good institute, like getting below 100. Like I was so ecstatic on that day.
Okay,
Like
you
obviously,
obviously.
like getting into IIT is a dream of every student in this country, and like being it, like achieving it even with a good rank, like it feels like there are no words to describe such feelings.
Correct. You were spot on in your JEE preparation, and that's what shows in your result. And today, as per your achievement, you have actually chosen a wonderful topic for today's discussion, that is strategies for JEE Advanced.
See, advanced, yes.
Right, Ravi Teja. Tell me, like, why did you choose this topic? From your angle, like, why did you choose?
Like I wanted to share my strategies because I was focused from my eighth that I should get into an IIT and crack it with a good rank. So like I started my preparation for JEE Advanced from my eighth standard, and it went on with my 12th standard. Like I spent like 5 years of my life in preparing for JEE Advanced. So I feel like I also cracked the exam with a good rank. So I feel that I am going to share my success message, and like it could inspire a lot of many children who are aspiring for cracking IIT JEE. Would like to talk about what a student, like if someone who is just has finished his 10th and is planning to get into it, I would like to talk about what he can do 2 years before,
Hmm.
maybe 6 months before, and on the D-Day.
Perfect, perfect. It's like a complete package you are going to give us in a short
Yeah, like I
interview.
wanted to
Two
give
years.
like a master plan of some sort in a
Wonderful, wonderful.
small time.
Uh, Very exciting. Okay, so tell us, like, how should a student study for this very difficult exam? Like what was your year-wise and month-wise plan in
Yeah,
brief?
like obviously, like as soon as you have finished your 10th class, like you should be like prepared, like whether should I give the JE or not, because late decision will impact a lot in a competitive exam like JE, where there is an immense amount of competition and students spent a lot of time in preparing. So we should be spot on whether should we should do JE or not. If
Okay.
yes, if no, if yes and no, both are very, like it's your own decision, like no, and you are not gonna regret your decisions. I would like to say, if you are yes and you want to prepare for JE, start as soon as you have finished your 10th. There are 2 years remaining. Like most of the
Mm,
students in India start preparing as soon as they have done their 10th class. So like
mm,
2 years. Like 2 years is not a small thing, it's a big thing. Don't feel that I have done it for 5 years. Like even 2 years with a proper planning and strategies good enough for a student to crack JEE with a very very good rank. Like coming to the strategy, I give you a 7 point strategy. The first one
Okay.
could be like plan on, have a clear goal. Like yes, you can do it or not.
Mm.
Giving starting early is always an extra edge to anyone. Like the
Mm.
second point would be complete syllabus. Like complete your syllabus within 1.5 years. Since there are 2 years, it doesn't mean that you are gonna read, study, and syllabus till the previous day of the exam. Finish your syllabus in 1.5 years. This includes both 11th and 12th. I know in many students in India ignore 11th because they don't have any 11th exams, but JEE doesn't know all this, and just they give for they are focused on both 11th and 12th syllabus in the exam. So finish 11th and 12th syllabus in 1.5 years. And like there are 6 months remaining, and meanwhile in this 1.5 year, in the first month give your try whether you can solve high level questions or not. If yes, and you
Mm.
feel that you can solve high level questions, start aiming for the JEE Advanced from there itself. If you feel that higher level questions are too difficult for me, or like you say that I am not good for this level, even the aim for JEE Advanced, you can crack at least JEE mains with a good rank, which is even
Mm.
a great achievement, because JEE mains is also not an easy exam owing to the competition it has. I would like to divide the syllabus into three levels. The first level
Mm.
is like NCRT syllabus. Like every
Mm.
student in India knows that the syllabus, all the basic syllabus of JEE is into the NCRT. So like first
Mm.
one could be an NCRT. Like every student who is doing an MPC would complete NCRT. So it would be my level one. And level two strategy could be like books by some famous authors, like Singesh, TMH, and like there are
Mm.
many books, R.D. Sharma, like many famous authors have published their books, and like this could be your level two. And level
Mm.
three, I would say like it's not for all. Like if you are doing good, it's okay. Like level three, I would like to say like high level books which are mainly meant for Olympiads, not only JEE, like where the level of the questions are still higher than the JEE. Like to tell them that there are three levels of preparation. Like three levels doesn't mean that you finish level one in the 1.5 years and start doing level two, level three after that. Three levels in this 1.5 years itself. Like that's what
Mm.
I wanted to tell. In the first month or 2 months, just give it a try. How good you can go there. If you are able to solve level three questions, then congrats. You are almost a very good guy, and your IQ is far better than your peers, and you can crack JEE Advanced very easily. If you are
Mm.
unable to crack level three questions, don't feel demotivated. You can achieve
Mhm.
it with good practice. Coming to the time I have spent, like I have spent 12 hours a day. In this 12 hours, I would like to divide it to 6 hours of lecture and 6 hours of practice. 6 hours of lecture includes both coaching and teaching in my case, because I don't know how teaching and coaching goes on in the India. But in my case, it was like 6 hours of teaching and 6 hours of practice. And like in the practice includes like a very planned practice. Like don't
Mm.
try to solve too many questions if you are able to solve them. For suppose if there is a question which says tan 60, like, and tan 60, and like if the next question is again quad 30, like it's waste of doing number of questions. The quality is
Mm.
always better than the quantity. So like
Mm.
choose, like do the questions wisely, because solving some questions which doesn't anyway help you. Like,
Mm.
and coming to the practice even includes the practice tests. Start giving two, like since JEE Advanced is paper one, paper two based exam, like your practice should be such that you are able to give, you are doing both paper one, paper two on the single day. Like that's also a part of practice. You say that I do only 3 hours exam, and like suddenly I would want to shift to a 6 hour exam, it doesn't help you in your law. It doesn't give you any help. Like practice includes 3 hours, 6 hours exam on the single day, like 3 hours in the morning and 3 hours in the afternoon. And again,
Mm.
JEE Advanced is not just an exam, like it's also a test of how you are able to plan your time, and how you are able to design strategy in a short amount of time. Like everyone of us knows, like the paper pattern of JEE is Advanced is not at all announced in a early, and like you just come to know it about in 10 minutes of advance. So like it
Mm.
also involves how you are able to plan your pattern in the 10, solve the paper in the 10 minutes. Like have a strategy how to attack the exam. Like in your practices, develop a strategy of how to attempt your exam. Like it depends on your own. So for example, I was good at math and chemistry, so like I use it to attempt chemistry first, maths next, and then physics. Like that was one of my strategies. Like even you can devise your own strategy. Like it depends on you how you, like since you have given a lot of practice exams, you know how which strategy worked the best for you. Like practice
Mm.
exams also includes getting your strategy right. Like
Mm.
many people who are able to get good rank in JEE like couldn't crack because of unplanned strategies. Like
Mm.
sometimes you feel that I like maths, and if you start with maths, and if the maths paper is too tough, you are gonna waste a lot of time in math, and like ultimately it is gonna affect your score, because some of your friends have already started and completed most of the physics and chemistry. So like
Mm.
have a backup plan in it. Always have a backup plan. Like it
Mm.
always alert say like plan, if there is a plan A, always choose a plan B as well.
Mm.
Like practice also includes having a backup plan. And
Mm.
like the point number three, get an idea about your weakness and strength. Like since you are preparing for the first 1.5 years, like you will come to know like which subject you are good at and which subject you are poor at. In the last 6 months, spend more time on the subject which you feel you are relatively weak at. In my case, I was little poor in physics compared to maths and chemistry, so like I was giving 50% of my time for physics and rest 50% on maths and chemistry. Like it
Mm.
could be different for some other, like maybe you could choose a 40-30-30, and like it's all your choice, like how you feel. Like the practice test doesn't mean that you're giving paper and coming good. Like it also implies that how your scores are getting reflected in this. Like you will get a proper idea like where you are weak or where you are strong. And this is my
Mm.
strategy number three. And
Okay.
strategy number four, like practice. Already I have mentioned like practice regularly. Practice
Okay.
regularly doesn't mean that I am doing on Sunday 9 p.m, so next Sunday 9 p.m it's not regular practice. Regular practice like you are doing every day on the 7 days of the week. Like you know, like when you have completed your summer holidays, you feel that I am unable to write fast as I used to do in my previous year. Like everybody has experienced such situations, like because we have lost practice, right? We're using a pen
Mm.
in the summer holidays. Like similarly, even in the case of JEE, it's the same. If you have practiced it for the 1 week and left them for 2 weeks, again you are gonna feel the same question difficult. So like practice regularly plus do on the everyday. If like sometimes you are going out, so like at least have a look at 15 minutes. Obviously, we can devote 15 minutes of the whole day. Everybody would be free for at least 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So like have regular practice, and this is my
Mm.
four. And like number five, my
Mm.
number five would be like ask doubts regularly. Like you ask doubts regularly. Simply you could ask your friends, mentors, teachers, and even elders, etc. Like if you are asking doubts and discussing with them, only then you can get resolve. You can resolve your doubts on the concept. Like JEE involves a lot of concept testing. So like they could ask some x, if or suppose some x is one and what happens, some x is two, what happens. So like if you are not clear on the concept, like you would be obviously confused what happens when x is 1 and x is 2. So like having conceptual clarity is most important, so it could be only achieved by asking doubts. Even you
Mm.
could ask yourself a doubt and think of it, what happens if it was something else. For suppose in physics we have some problems where spheres are involved, so you could think yourself what happens if there was a cylinder in that place. Like even it's a
Mm.
different problem, and like it's just you can ask yourself what could have happened in that case. Like this is my point number five. And point number six, prepare short notes. Like short notes is always coming to be handy in the last minute. You would be writing a lot of notes in the class, and obviously most of the class is like most of the theory of the class is like it's okay, but there are some key points in the notes. For suppose there would be some hundreds of reactions in chemistry, but obviously some two three of them are gonna most important, and you see like they are repeated regularly in some way. Like have some short notes of all of those. And like maybe note colors of ions. Like in chemistry there is a lot of stuff to memorize, ions, colors, like some important properties. Like make a
Mm.
short notes of all of them. And in math there are some formulas like which you need to remember, and otherwise you're not gonna do them. Obviously we can in maths we can derive, but obviously it's gonna take a lot of time. So like have note such formulas and keep them in a short notes. Even the same in the physics. Like in physics there are some properties like which you can derive, but it takes some time. For example,
Mm.
magnetic field due to a wire, etc. Like like it's an easy thing, but it takes some time to derive. So have some such things noted in a paper. Like it could come handy in the final case of revision. And my
Okay.
strategy number seven is like just a month ago. Don't try new things in 1 month ago. Like
Mm.
because you have spent 23 months learning something, spend this 1 month to revise all those things you have learned in the 23 months. If you are starting to learn something new in this 1 month, like there is a chance that you might forget what you have done all these 23 months,
Mm.
and only this 1 month is gonna remain in your mind during the exam. And in the exam day, obviously you are gonna regret that if I had revised this, I would be doing better. So like my strategy, like my suggestion is don't do new things in the 1 month before. And
Correct.
this is what I wanted to say.
Wonderful, wonderful, Ravi. You have wonderfully articulated it in a point-wise manner for all the viewers to take a note of it very nicely. In fact, I would suggest all of the students who are hearing to this video to see this, whatever Ravi has told, and make a note of it. And it is really, really going to be very, very, very helpful for all the 2 years that are going to come in front of you, right? Thank you so much, Ravi. That was perfect. Carefully, I would ask the viewers to write it down, whatever Ravi has just mentioned, and then focus and try to think upon it, whatever he said, and make a plan for it for yourself.
Like
Right.
for the sake of users, I'm gonna repeat those 7 points in an order, like just if you have missed something.
Yes.
Like the
Yes.
first point I wanted to say is having a clear goal, whether to write or not. Like,
Ah.
and the second point what I have said is completing your syllabus. Like complete
Mm.
your whole syllabus in the 1.5 years itself, so that
Correct.
you could keep those last 6 months for all the revision stuff.
Mm.
And like the third point is get an idea about weakness and strength. Like
Yeah.
obviously make sure where you are strong and where you are weak, so that you can use your last 6 months wisely on spending time
Mm.
for subjects where you are weaker.
Mm.
And my point number four is practice regularly. Like if you are practicing regularly, obviously you are gonna get that speed, accuracy, and on the try on the pinpointed.
Perfect.
And the
Yeah.
fifth one is asking doubts.
Mm.
And like ask your friends, teachers, elders regularly if you have any
Yeah.
doubts in any subject, or even you may ask doubts on how to attempt an exam. Even in JE there is fourth subject, how to crack the exam, like
Mm.
maths, physics, chemistry, and the fourth subject is obviously how to crack the exam. It's almost an important subject equal to these
Mm.
three.
Mm.
And the sixth point I wanted to mention is preparing short notes. Like it always
Mm.
comes in handy in the
Correct.
need time. And the
Mm.
seventh one, last I wanted to tell is just a month ago, don't try new things. It's gonna
Perfect.
impact you very adversely.
Perfect. You have told it very nicely again. But now tell me, Ravi, like, what should a student do on the day of the examination? What he should.
Like again, I want to give the 7 point strategy. Like this is some new 7 point strategy. Seven is my lucky number.
Okay.
like
Nice.
like first one is that, like on the before net, go early to bed. Don't eat junk foods maybe 1 2 days before, because like it might help affect your health suddenly. So like
Mm.
better if 1 2 days before the exam, don't eat heavy food. Like try some good food. My suggestion is only eat homemade food, like it is even better. And go early to the bed on the before day. Like if for suppose today's exam, don't spend the before day's night 12 a.m 1 a.m revising those things. Go to bed early, maybe by 9 to 10 9 p.m 10 p.m. Wake up early on the exam day, have a bath, have a light breakfast. Don't skip your meal, because JE exam is not a simple thing. Like it requires your lot of mental strength, so obviously you're gonna get exhausted. Go early to your bed, wake up early, and reach exam center on the time. Don't rush in the last minute, because you are gonna be tense in getting inside. And second
Mm.
point is take blessings of your parents, elders, teachers, and like you can message them or take blessings of them directly. Like it's always a
Mm.
good thing to take blessings of your elders. And point three,
Mm.
feel relaxed. Like since JE Advanced it is a life changing exam, it's all everybody's gonna have tension. Even the first ranker could have been tense during the exam. Like
Mm.
so feel relaxed, have some water. If you are feeling still tense, have some chant, maybe go pray to god or meditate. Like it's your wish. Like you know what, how you can relieve your tension, or maybe remember someone you, like close people, like maybe your parents. Like thinking of them can even relieve your pressure.
Mm.
Like, and after seeing the paper, obviously there is some stuff which you are unfamiliar with. Don't get tensed on seeing that stuff. It is gonna be 20% of the paper, and rest of the 80% paper is going to be known to you. So don't
Mm.
get tensed on seeing this 20%. And
Mm.
the fifth point I wanted to mention is don't waste your time. Like if you are wasting your time on the questions which you don't know, obviously it's gonna affect the questions which you know. Because you feel that after rushing there, if I had a minute more, I could have done this question. Remember in JE, even 1 mark could be a deciding whether you get a CS or not. So every mark, and even every, if there is a half mark thing, even that half mark is also very important. Like the biggest regret you feel is after seeing this question after the exam, if I had a minute time, I could have done this, I shouldn't have wasted that. Like obviously even I felt regretted such issues. So like
Mm.
even everybody would feel with such issues. So like don't waste time on the questions you don't know. And the
Mm.
important thing in J is maximizing the score. If your favorite subject is maths, don't think that if you solve all the questions in maths, you're gonna get a prize. The JE council obviously will be seeing your total score. If you're spending your whole 3 hours on solving only the maths paper, you're not gonna get a good rank. Try
Mm.
maximizing your score.
Mm.
Like if you're solving only the 20 questions in maths, and if some of your friends solve only 5 in maths and rest that 35 questions in physics and chemistry, he's gonna be better than you. So in JE the
Mm.
only target you should have is maximizing your score.
Maths.
You should not be partial to the subject you are fond of, and like solve
Mm.
questions from every subject. Just maximize your score.
Hmm.
Like since JEE is a two paper exam, between paper one and paper two, how you maintain your temperament is most important thing. If you have
Hmm.
done paper one with flying colors, don't feel too excited. You might do mistakes in the excitement. If you are too, like if you feel that you have done your paper one too bad, don't feel that you have done bad. Most of your friends would have gone bad, and like just you maintain your temperament and give your paper two well. Since paper one plus paper two total is gonna decide your rank.
Hmm.
Like in between paper one and paper two, again, don't have junk food, don't go outside to hotels and eat. Like just for a half an hour after you complete exam, go to a restaurant, have your favorite meal. Like my suggestion is to have some light food as banana with cold rice or something of a light food which you prefer. Like that's my
Okay.
suggestion between paper one and paper two.
Wow, wow. You brought in front of me the whole one day of the JE exam, which I also had gone through. That whole day,
Like
the paper
obviously
one,
would be
two.
remembering our old memories, what we have done on
Yeah,
that day.
and you have given such wonderful tips to take care. Usually, students miss out on all small, small, simple things like this, and then have to regret later on. And if students do take a note of these things, they will be very, very, very beneficial for them. So, Ravi, tell us, like, how can they practice remaining cool-headed and less tense during the examination?
Like I wanted to say that practice such keeping such habit from the practice exams itself. In the practice exams, try to keep yourself cool. Like don't get tensed if you are not getting the thing. Like if you are getting tensed for each and every practice exam, obviously you are gonna get tensed during the final exam as well. So practice keeping cool from the first of the practice exams itself. I was practicing such stuff, so like I could maintain to keep myself cool for the final exam. Like if you can do meditation on daily basis or maybe chant for a 10 minutes daily, like you
Mm-hmm.
just believe in God that He will give the best we deserve. Like many of us know a Bhagavad Gita verse which says कर्मणि यवाधिकरस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन मा कर्म फल हेतु भूर्माते संगोस्तव कर्मणि. Like what we have worked, God would give result on us. So like it's our duty is to just do a hard work and put our effort
Mm.
sincerely, and like rest of the result lies in the hands of God, and obviously He would give a result which we deserve and which is better for us.
Correct, correct. So wonderful, so wonderful. Do your best and leave the rest to God.
Yes, yeah.
Yes,
In
that
one
that
word,
that
it's in a
that's
one liner. Yes, do the best, leave the rest to the God. Yeah,
leave
it's
the
a
rest
one
to the
liner.
God. Yeah. So, but in this whole process, we are giving our 100%
Yes,
best, and whatever be the result, it
yes,
we understand that it is the best that we would get from the God. Oh wow,
yes,
wonderful. So, what has been your experience? Like you would have read
yeah,
The Art of Concentration in the Age of
yes,
Distraction book, and so which is short formed as AOC
yeah,
in the banner below,
yes.
right? So, like, what has been your experience reading the book AOC,
Uh,
and would you recommend it
like
to the students?
yes, yes sir, obviously, like it was a wonderful book. Like we come to know about many minute things which we ignore. Like we feel that looking into four in the middle of something is a minute thing, but after reading the book we come to know that like it's also a type of distraction, like influence it be outside, and like obviously it's gonna kill a lot of time which we are unaware of. And like we can see how to be remaining more focused. Like there are ways in the book which tells us how to remain focused, like and how to overcome our distractions, maybe like putting timers or like practicing chant or relaxing. Like there are many ways in the book how to overcome our distractions. Like also there are modes of ignorance, awareness, consciousness, and there are like both the modes, and like we come to know like how are we and like what should we do so that we could get out of the mode of ignorance and all those things. Like also there is a 3S strategy: self control, self confidence, self empowerment. Like using this 3S strategy, like everyone can come out of your distractions. And like obviously reading this book is not going to help till the competitive exams. Like it's going to come handy throughout your life, and like at any stage of time, you can any stage of your life you will have some issues, and obviously I feel that there is a solution in this book which we could use for
Correct,
ourselves.
correct. Like in the we only think that distractions is only for the student life. Only during that time, distractions be a problem. Definitely during the student life, the distraction is going to be a big problem because it will change the direction of the student. Whether you get into the college or institution that you want to, or you don't, because just because of your distraction. But even in the professional life, I see people getting distracted and losing out on their performance in the company, etc. And actually that helped me personally the way that I perform in my job. It's really, really wonderful. The strategies and the techniques, etc., that are mentioned in this wonderful book. So, this book, Art of Concentration in Days of Distraction, is a must for everyone. Pl- Dear viewers, please take a note of this, and whatever Ravi has been saying, it has immensely benefited him, and it is going to benefit everyone who is going to take it. And there are wonderful attractive discounts that are going on the book as well. Please do check it out, that are mentioned below. And uh, and if you have questions, more questions, like, see how wonderfully Mr. Ravi has answered uh, the critical problems of any student who is trying a competitive examination. So, like this, if you have any questions that you want to ask our toppers, please do let us know in the comment section, and we will try to address it. Thank you so much, Ravi, for your wonderful time and strategies, etc., that you have given to the students today. I thank you from the core of my heart.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
sir. Like, I
viewers.
would like to thank you and Arjuna Group as well for giving me this opportunity to talk to many of my juniors, like who are aspiring to crack JEE or like on the
One
verge of cracking JEE. I am pleased that I am giving some tips. I am able to give them some tips which could help them in their future life as well. Like,
correct.
thank you, viewers. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much. So,
Thank you to
thank you
Arjuna
all.
Group for giving this opportunity.
Thank you, Ravi. Thank you. So, all the viewers, thank you so much. So, that's all for today's success tips from Toppers Lips. See you again in the next episode. Thank you.